Hey y'all, so today I just wanted to share with you all what a debt to income ratio is and what mine was when I bought my house, and then also how I improved my debt to income ratio. So, first off, a debt to income ratio is important because it shows the lender how much of a monthly payment that you can afford. So, the lender just want to make sure that if they give you money, you can actually afford to make these payments to pay them back. So, that's why debt to income ratio is important. And so, I'm just going to show you really fast how to find your debt to income ratio first. Okay, so the way you find your debt to income ratio, you just take your current monthly debt payments and you divide it by your gross monthly income. And that usually gives you a number with a decimal at the beginning. And so, of course, to find the percentage, you move the decimal two places to the right and you come to this percentage amount. And that's usually how lenders would look at your debt to income ratios in this percentage amount. So let's just say, for example, you have a $200 car payment and a $100 personal loan payment, and that equals $300. You divide that by a monthly income. Let's say your monthly income is $2,500, and that gives you a 12% debt to income ratio. So let's just say you're trying to qualify for a $700 mortgage payment. Then you would add that $700 to that $300, of course, and you'll get $1,000 for your total monthly payments, and then divide that by that same $2,500 that you had for a monthly gross income, and that gives you a 40% debt to income ratio. So for me, I actually, when I'm trying to figure out how much of a monthly payment that I can afford according to how the lenders like to see it, I like to actually work backwards. So what I would do is take my monthly gross income and just using that example, $2,500, and I multiply it by how much the maximum debt to income ratio that the lender allows. I know lenders are different, so some lenders allow a certain amount of debt to income ratio. So, but for this example, we're still going to say that that this lender only allows a 40% debt to income ratio. And so then I come up with how much my monthly payments can be. And so for this example, of course, the max monthly payment to keep me within this debt to income ratio is $1,000. So then I subtract out my existing monthly payments. So in this example, of course, that $300 as far as the $200 car loan, and then the $100 personal loan. And so then I come to the full amount as far as how much of a max loan payment that I can afford according to my debt to income ratio. So that would be a $700 monthly payment that I can afford according to that debt to income ratio. All right, so just to share how much my debt to income ratio was when I bought my house, and also including the monthly payment that I qualified for with NACA. My debt to income ratio altogether was 37.5%. And so I believe that NACA actually had a max debt to income ratio of about 41%. I believe I did ask my mortgage counselor about that, and that's what she said. But I did buy my house a few years ago, so it could have changed by now. So I would definitely recommend you ask your mortgage counselor. So if the max debt to income ratio was 41%, then I wasn't even approved for the full amount that my income would have allowed. And I believe that's because of another reason. Because, lenders like to see that you've managed a comparable amount as far as a monthly payment. What I ended up getting approved for, it was the exact monthly payments of how much my rent was. And I believe they just did that because they seen that I could manage that amount in a kind of sort of way. But yeah, and then one more thing you have to consider is that usually lenders, they don't want your monthly housing payments to be more than 30% of your gross monthly income. So that's something that's another number that you would have to work with, of course. And so, I mean, debt to income ratio is important because, of course, you don't want to be applying for something that you just can't get approved for because the numbers are not on your side and your numbers don't say that you can actually afford the loan. But that's why debt to income ratios are important. How I improved my debt to income ratio. So, what I did, I knew about debt to income ratios. And so what I decided to do was I paid off my credit card really fast, and then I also paid off my SUV really fast. So then my monthly payments were lower. And so then it could look like I could afford more of a monthly payment. And then I was qualified for a low income repayment plan. So my monthly payments to my student loans was actually lower at the time as well. And so, of course, that's even more that I could qualify for as far as a monthly payment. Because now my existing monthly payments to my loans, they are lower. So that allows me to qualify for more of a mortgage payment or whatever loan type of payment that I was looking to apply for. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all. I did do a video about how much debt I was in exactly when I bought my house. And so I'll leave a link down below in the description. But someone did comment and ask, okay, well, I just have a similar amount of debt that you had. So what's next? And so this is what's next. Figuring out what your debt to income ratio is, and of course improving your debt to income ratio so you can qualify for however much mortgage payment that you would like to qualify for. And I know that not everyone is a numbers person, but I'm a numbers nerd, which is why my whole channel is about numbers. But I am working on spreadsheets that I can possibly offer at some point. But right now, I don't have those spreadsheets. I'm just, this is the best I can do is just explain to you how it works and try to explain the formula to you. And I hope this helps you all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Share with your family and friends to motivate them to achieve their financial goals as well.